Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Childhood Development Podcast, and I am your host. My name is Emmanuel Chisalu. We've been exploring the wonders of Season 2 when it comes to parenting tips for supporting cognitive development, and of course with our resident expert, and that is Professor Yamba, specialized in human capital and childhood development. And today, very exciting episode as we are concluding this enlightening journey with a discussion of fostering independence and confidence in children. These are very essential elements for their cognitive development and, of course, overall well-being. Now, let me bring you a little bit backwards. Throughout this season, we've delved into various strategies to support your child's cognitive growth and, of course, their well-being. And in this final episode, we focus on empowering children to become confident, self-reliant individuals who can navigate the world with resilience and assurance. Professor Yamba, welcome to the grand finale of season number 2 as we explore episode number 5.
Grand finale.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. It's good to be here once again as we keep sharing this information to the parents out there and, of course, the nation at large.
Indeed. And of course, in this episode, Professor Yamba will guide us through the importance of encouraging decision-making, promoting self-help skills, and providing opportunities for responsibilities. And so, let us all gladly welcome Professor Yamba to the grand finale of our Season 2 podcast on childhood development. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today, whether you're listening to our audio or watching our video. Now, Professor, to begin the ball rolling, why is it important to allow children to make age-appropriate decisions and choices?
First of all, before I come into that, let me just repeat something that you already mentioned in your introductory remarks, that fostering independence and confidence in children is crucial for supporting their cognitive development and overall well-being.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, an independent child, a confident child adds much more value than a child who is dependent on other people, a child who is less confident. So, fostering independence and confidence in the child is very important, and it is your role as parents to ensure that your child is independent, your child is confident. Okay, so now coming to the question, it's about decision making, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
How can we encourage decision making in children?
Okay. Yeah. So number one, you have to offer choices as a parent.
So offer choices.
So provide the children with age-appropriate choices in daily activities to empower them to make decisions. Let them make decisions. Yeah. So, and encourage them to do that, because that way, you are already bringing in the issue of independence and confidence. Because I can make this decision and go for it, So it's important. Number 2, encourage problem solving.
Encourage problem solving.
Encourage problem solving, because you see, your child will only become really confident and independent if they can solve problems on their own. So do not always solve problems for them. It's at that early age that you teach them to begin solving problems. Yeah. So try to present situations where children can brainstorm and then decide on the solutions independently. So help them as a parent. Then discuss consequences Okay? Teach children to think through consequences of their decisions. What you're doing here is you are sort of trying to foster critical thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, okay? Critical thinking. And then the other thing that you, as parents, should do is respect the decisions that the children make.
Yeah.
Show respect for those choices, even if they differ from what you would choose. Of course, do it within safe limits. Yeah. Don't guide them in such a way that it's only what you think they should choose.
Yes.
Because then again, you are taking away their independence.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that. So let them be independent and, create confidence in them.
Yeah.
Reflect on the decisions. So after decisions are made, discuss what went well and what could be improved to enhance learning. So these are some of the things that you can do to encourage decision making by the children.
Yeah. Thank you for those opening remarks, Prof, and obviously taking us through this journey, first of all, of encouraging decision making in our children. And obviously, you've also demonstrated in your response how this practice contributes to their cognitive development. And
Yes.
of course, you've shared those critical strategies for us parents to provide opportunities for children to make decisions and learn from their experiences, which I feel it's very vital if we aim to raise and build resilient, focused, and confident children. Yeah.
For the future.
For the future.
Yeah, yes.
For the future.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Because remember, at some point when they're out of your home,
Yes.
they'll be making independent decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
But they must learn how to do that. And so it's your responsibility as a parent to bring them up that way so that, they feel confident and also that they are independent.
Certainly. And obviously, throughout this season, you've been encouraging us to connect the dots.
Yes.
And from time and time again, I would hear the IMF, the World Bank, providing, critical advice to different nations.
Yes.
That we are headed towards tough times. And so it's very important for economies, for countries to build future resilience.
Future resilience.
Yes.
Future resilience.
Yes.
And you see, when they talk about future resilience, they're just talking about human beings.
Human beings, indeed.
Yes.
So I've connected the dots. Yeah.
Yes. So parents, and even beyond the parents,
Yes.
the educators out there, our policymakers, the only way that we can build this resilience, future resilience,
Yes.
is through bringing up these little ones in the manner that builds confidence in them, that builds independence in them.
Yeah.
Let them think critically.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if there are setbacks, they will bounce back.
Indeed.
Yeah. It does not matter
Yeah.
the kind of situation, adverse situations. They'll bounce back from those.
I love that connection. let countries build future resilience. The simplest is now.
Exactly. The children. You miss it there.
Yes.
Then you've missed it for good.
Indeed.
It's that simple.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's a very enlightening conversation. And obviously, I believe that policymakers are watching that building future resilience, be it in climate change, agriculture, GDP, the economy, whichever sector. It's about the people.
It's about the people.
And how do you develop those people? It is through investment in childhood development. Which transitions now to human capital
capital development.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
So we keep saying that, in our economy,
Uh-huh.
and I think many African economies generally,
Yes.
this is the missing link. Yeah. We do not have a critical mass of competent human capital.
We don't have it.
No, we don't have it.
Yeah.
That's the missing link.
Yeah.
And the reason is simple. We have not invested where it matters most.
Yeah.
Which is during this time that you and I are discussing. And I hope that everyone out there who is listening to us, who is viewing us, is taking these messages seriously.
Indeed. We have to. We've got no option.
This is our country.
Yeah.
And we must love our country.
Yeah.
And if we love our country, then we have no choice
but to
invest where it matters most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Prof, coming back to our conversation, and
yes.
Obviously, first of all, we've talked about encouraging decision making, and we've tied it to the decisions that we make today as leaders.
Yes.
Yeah. But obviously, now we're looking at it, first of all, how can we ensure that we raise children who make sound and reasonable decisions in their personal lives, even when they go out there, they are making decisions that are good for humanity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's talk about self-help. In one of the key documents that you had shared with me, I think when we were planning for this conversation, you talked about, you highlighted about promoting self-help skills. And so obviously for us as parents now is, what are some basic self-help skills that children should learn to promote independence and autonomy?
Yes, indeed. In fact, it is these self-help skills that will make these young people, when they grow up, to be the kind of human beings we are talking about, human beings who will contribute in a great way to society. So they must learn right from the beginning. They will not learn it when they are already old. They can only learn it this time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what are some of these self-help skills? Obviously, teach daily tasks. So in other words, involve children in age-appropriate tasks. For example, dressing. They must start learning how to dress, not so.
Yes.
It just doesn't come like that. They must learn
how to dress. And obviously dressing.
I mean, it looks something obvious, but no. Yeah. They must learn it. Okay? Feeding themselves. Yeah? They must learn how to feed themselves. You don't want a child whom you are feeding all the time. They are 5 years old, you are still feeding them. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
So take responsibility as a parent. Let your children begin doing certain things by themselves. Even cleaning up after they've eaten. Yeah. Ask them to clean up. They've been playing with toys around, and so they've scattered toys everywhere. Yeah. Let them clean up. So those are some of the things that you want children to begin learning. And do them consistently so that they know that, it is my responsibility to do this.
Yes.
Okay? Then step-by-step guidance, break tasks into manageable steps. So don't make them too complex. Okay? So break the tasks into manageable steps and guide them through the process until they can now do things independently. Okay? So you build confidence in them that, now I can do this alone. Okay? Encourage practice. So allow ample opportunities for children to practice self-help skills regularly.
Yes.
Give them ample time. Yeah. Celebrate progress. So acknowledge and celebrate when children successfully complete tasks on their own. Okay? This is important because then that way, you are sort of building this confidence in them. They know, oh, okay, I'm able to do this.
Yeah.
Celebrate that achievement. Yeah. But of course, be careful, not to celebrate too much of the completed task, but rather the effort, the progress being made. Then, of course, ensure that you provide tools. They have all the necessary tools and resources to perform those tasks independently.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are some of the steps that you take in promoting self-help skills.
Indeed.
So you are introducing slowly, these skills which will be important as they grow up.
Yeah.
Well, they will not depend on you.
Yes.
They will not depend on other people.
Yes.
Look at what is happening in our society, Emmanuel. And especially when you go to many of our rural areas.
Yeah.
And perhaps some of our high-density areas in urban areas. Yeah. What do you experience there? Much of what you experience is people begging from you. Because they are not independent. Yeah. They cannot make decisions on their own. How can I make money, for example? They just don't have that confidence. But that's not what you want in your child. Your child should make decisions that will make them rich people. Yes. And by being rich people, I don't mean having
lots of money.
millions in the account. No.
Yeah.
But it is here.
Yes.
In the mind.
In the mind.
When you create independence there and the confidence, nothing will come their way. They'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what we mean.
Yes.
So self-help skills
are very crucial.
Very crucial in the future.
In the future
of the child.
Well, I think clearly from what you've articulated is self-help skills. They promote independence and autonomy. And of course, these skills, they help boost confidence and self-esteem. So there's another dimension, Prof. We always talk about a responsibility. All right. We talk about responsibility in whichever segment of our lives.
Yeah.
Okay, we've heard about parents when we were kids reminding us that you need to take responsibility. You must be responsible. We go to school, our teachers keep on emphasizing that same word, responsibility.
Responsibility.
You must be responsible enough, responsible for your studies, responsible for your upkeep, responsible for the decisions that you make. Even at a national level.
Yes.
In business, in our careers,
everywhere,
wherever we are serving, responsibility comes in as the major key word.
Yes.
But coming down now to our children, let's look at providing opportunities for responsibilities. How can we as parents assign age-appropriate responsibilities to help children develop a sense of ownership and competence? And obviously in your response, please highlight some of the effective ways to delegate chores or tasks within the family.
Yes, indeed. You've just talked about assigning chores in the family. That's one of the ways that you provide, such an opportunity for children to become taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Assign chores to them. Don't simply let them sleep. No, because they must learn that life is about work. Life is not a straight line. Yeah, life is about many things. There are challenges, and therefore, they must be part of solving or resolving some of those challenges.
Challenges, yes.
Exactly. So give the children regular age-appropriate chores to foster a sense of responsibility and contribution. Let them be part of your family, part of what you are doing. Yeah. When the brain is still very elastic, yeah, they will adjust to anything.
Yes.
And they will get to understand, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm doing this because I'm part of the family. I'm part of, ensuring that my family moves forward.
Yes.
I'm part of the broader society. Children must begin, learning those things.
Yes.
Then also clearly explain what is expected and provide consistent guidelines for completing responsibilities. Yeah. So in other words, you must set expectations. Ensure you set expectations by explaining what is expected of them. Yeah. Then ensure that children complete their tasks and follow through on their responsibilities. Acknowledge effort as a parent. And I think earlier on I did mention that celebrate progress, celebrate the achievements.
Yes.
Okay? So you must acknowledge that effort that the children are making. So recognize and appreciate the effort they put into fulfilling their responsibilities. And then, of course, you can now gradually increase responsibility. So as they grow, gradually increase the complexity and significance of their responsibilities. So you started from somewhere, one simple thing, and then as you move on, make those responsibilities a bit more complex. So they must realize that the world as it is complex.
Yes.
Yeah. And they are there to be part of the solutions in this bigger space of ours. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that's how you provide those opportunities for children to take responsibility. Yes.
Indeed. Providing opportunities for responsibility. And obviously, this has taken me into a deep sense of reflection, why it's very appropriate at each and every stage of their growth, there is an assigned responsibility to help them cultivate that culture of taking ownership and developing certain competences that when they grow up, obviously, they are going to be responsible enough. Whenever they're faced, like you've mentioned, whenever they're faced with a challenge or any insurmountable a mountain ahead of their way, they'll take charge and they'll take responsibility to overcome.
Yeah, they will. When you look at our broader society, Emmanuel, I think we've got a lot of challenges. And all these challenges, or most of these challenges, emanate from just that age where our parents were supposed to teach us to take responsibility, but then maybe they didn't take that responsibility themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we find ourselves now in this environment where probably we don't know what to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Just look at some of the practices that we do. We cut trees indiscriminately.
Yes.
Look at the way we fish. We even use mosquito nets to fish. Because you see, nobody probably taught us that, well, look, you must take responsibility and ensure that you do things in a sustainable manner.
Yes.
Yeah. So we clear even the eggs of the fish.
Or the fish.
When I was growing up, Emmanuel, in the village,
Yes.
game animals were even coming around our houses. You could see all these impalas and many other animals.
Yes.
Today, go there. There isn't even a single animal, even a kalulu. You will not be able to see a kalulu because of the unsustainable ways. Look, we just kill these animals indiscriminately. We don't care. Yeah. So caring for the environment is not part of us. Yeah. Caring for nature is not part of us.
Yeah.
And so we can mention many things.
Yes.
We don't take responsibility, and that's because of our backgrounds, most of us. Yeah. And so this is causing a lot of problems.
Yes. Serious.
I hope that you're connecting the dots.
Yes. Yeah. Even just talk about the way we carelessly dispose of our waste here in town.
Yes, of course.
We don't take responsibility.
No, we don't take responsibility.
Yeah. We say it's a responsibility of the council.
Some people even say, but if I don't throw the garbage here, what will the council people be doing?
Yeah.
You are making such a statement. You are driving this expensive car and you are throwing garbage through the window.
Your Hungry Lions, your KFCs.
And all that.
Empty beer bottles, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Everywhere you go, it's litter. Everywhere you go, it is litter. It looks filthy.
Absolutely. Very filthy.
I hope that people out there are connecting dots where these things are coming from.
Yes.
So they can take responsibility to ensure that their children become responsible.
Yes.
Because they will not be able to do that. They won't do that if they are responsible.
Indeed. So, Prof, shifting from responsibility, let's talk about risk-taking and exploration.
Yes.
Obviously, today, more than ever before, we've learned and we've experienced aspects of taking risks and exploring. And there's a common phenomenon which is widely used that the greater the risk, the greater the return.
The return, yeah.
So even in business, entrepreneurs are encouraged to take risks. Even in our workplace, we're encouraged to take risks. And it's from those that take risks that they receive the greater rewards.
Yeah.
So why is it valuable, of course now getting back to our children, why is it valuable to allow children to take risks, explore their interests, their gifts, and passions?
As you have already mentioned, the bigger the risk that you take, the bigger the return, the bigger the reward. So taking risks should be part of, and it must be part of our human nature.
Yeah.
Because if we don't take risks, we'll not make any progress. In fact, you know what? When you think about it, anything that we do is a risk. Yes. Even just getting up to work is a risk.
It's a risk. Drinking
water is a risk. Everything is a risk.
Yeah.
But anyway, the bigger the risk, the bigger the return. Many times, when you look at our society, many of us are not risk takers. This is why we don't even have big businesses.
Yes.
Our businesses don't grow. I'll start in Temba today.
Yes.
5 years along the line it will be in Temba. 10 years it's still in Temba.
Same product.
20 years is still in Temba. Same product.
ndani pakantemba pali pachite. Even when you're giving directions, pali kantemba paja. 10 years same directions.
So, if I go away today and I come back 20 years later, the Ntemba that I left at some corner, I'll find it still in Ntemba. No, parents, begin teaching your children to take risks.
Yes.
It's the only way that your child will build confidence,
Yes.
and will make independent decisions, and will become a great person.
Yeah.
It is through risk taking. Okay. So now let's get down to the question.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do we support risk taking and exploration in the children as parents? Number one, encourage safe risks.
Safe
Okay, we're saying
risks.
safe.
Yes.
They're children.
Yeah, that's children.
So allow them to take these safe, calculated risks to learn and grow from new experiences.
Okay.
For example, participating in sporting activities. Yeah. You may just even start even at home, with your child.
Yes.
Just playing maybe a ball, the soccer ball, and then of course, depending on the age, you can now begin taking them to to those games where children are playing against each other. And it's so interesting to see your child in the team, putting on a jersey and so on, and and of course it's a risk, but it is safe. Playing soccer is safe. They are running on a surface which will not hurt them even if they fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's okay. Yeah, even if they fall, and they may hurt themselves, but maybe not so significant. It will not be life-threatening. Yeah. Then also encouraging them to form new friends. It's also just forming new friends. It's also a risk, because as you and I already said, everything that we do is a risk. Okay. Sharing stories. Yeah. Sharing their own stories. Let them talk. Let them begin, because that way, you are also encouraging them to develop more vocabulary. Okay. Remember, we have talked about language, in the last season. That was episode number 5, language development.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a risk, just somebody to stand up and begin sharing their own story.
Yes.
Participating in the talent shows. All these are risks. So let the children begin taking those risks, because then they will learn. Okay? Our society is full of people who are shy. Yeah. Because the parents did not teach them to take risks during the time that they should have been taught to do that. And so if you remain a shy person, then in life you don't achieve much. And you don't contribute much.
And obviously,
to your society.
If you're a shy person, you'll be shying away from opportunities.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Then, of course, it's also important that you provide a safe environment for the children, so where they can explore and take risks without severe consequences. So make sure that the environment is safe. Where they are doing certain activities. Promote exploration. So support activities that encourage exploration and curiosity. Let your child be curious. Oh, what is this? Or how can I do this? Yeah. Outdoor ventures, for example, and some creative projects can certainly help your child. Okay? Then accept mistakes. Accept mistakes. So teach children that making mistakes is a natural part of learning and growing. So in their taking risks, they obviously make mistakes. Yeah. But don't shout at them, Because if you shout at them, then they shy away.
Yes.
And so you are now taking them away from, this independent mind, a mind that must be curious, a mind that eventually must be a critical mind. And so you are taking that away from them. Yeah. Then guide reflection. So help the children reflect on their experiences and learn from their successes and setbacks. Yeah. So parents, these are some of the ways that you can support risk-taking and exploration for your children. But remember that if you don't support risk-taking, and many times, many of the parents say, no. For my child, that's a bit... it's
too much for them.
It's too much for them. No. They are human. As long as it is age-appropriate, it's not too much for them.
Indeed.
These are human beings. And they are set for a great journey to become a great human being. So don't be in their way. Rather, support them. Support them.
And for me, I look at taking risks rather, as a culture. Because I remember growing up. I remember growing up, though for us, some risks were very, very dangerous.
Dangerous risks, yeah. Many of us have taken dangerous risks.
Yes. So as kids, we never used to stay home. We'd go in the bush all by ourselves.
Yes.
To go and kill birds, to go and
some small animals.
Animals, these makalulus.
Harvest honey.
Other wild fruits.
Yes.
Even when it came to playing, if we were within the confines of our compounds, we were always hopping from one tree to the other. Playing dangerous games in trees.
Like a monkey. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So I realized that growing up, that element of taking risks somehow removed a greater element of fear.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
And so time and time again, back in high school, even in primary school, we used to go for opportunities. When it comes to these talent shows, we'd go for them. Public speaking classes, debate society, we'd go for them. Even when making certain choices or decisions, even if they were wrong, but would still take a risk and give it a benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, and that was very good.
Yes.
The problem was, because, we all went through that.
Yes.
The problem was most of our parents did not support those, but rather they were our initiatives.
Yes.
So we didn't get it from our parents. So see, when you get it from your parent that, no, look, this is okay.
Yes.
Then it stays and say, okay, this is great. And when you achieve it, you feel great.
You feel great.
Yes.
Indeed, Prof, supporting risk-taking and exploration, and obviously you've given us strategies on how we can encourage taking risks and exploration while creating a safe and supportive environment that encourages exploration and experimentation. Let's look at the aspect of emphasizing positive reinforcement. And obviously, I think in our previous episode, we talked about...
We have talked about these things.
Over and over.
But it doesn't harm to keep repeating them.
Yes. So what role does positive reinforcement play in building children's confidence and self-esteem? Obviously, what strategies?
Obviously, it's very important. Yes. Positive reinforcement. Very important. And I think, when we were talking about discipline versus punishment, we talked about, positive reinforcement. And what are some of the strategies that you do as a parent? Okay, as a parent, praise the effort and progress. Again, I'm not mentioning this for the first time. I've mentioned this a number of times. Okay, so focus on praising the effort, persistence, and progress. Don't necessarily focus on the outcomes. Okay, but it is the process that you must praise. But then the child gets to know that, okay, so I can do better. I can do even better. That is what, that's the strategy that you must use.
Yes.
Because if you simply praise just the success, then the child forgets about he went through to arrive at that. Okay? Then be specific.
Okay.
So give specific feedback about what they did well, what the children did well, yeah, to reinforce the positive behaviors. Okay. Oh, Sunny, here you did very well. Here and there. So, you know, it gives them now an opportunity to adopt those as the behaviors that they must do, or that they must have in order to achieve great things.
Yes.
Yeah. Then encourage self-praise. Okay. So teach the children to recognize and appreciate their own accomplishments and efforts. Yeah. Children should be able to say to themselves, okay, I've done it. Yeah. So I'm not encouraging that, now children should overpraise themselves, because when they begin overpraising themselves, then they think that they are the best people around. No, but they are not the best people around. And I think it is important for them to realize, and all of us, that you are not the best person. In fact, there's no best person around, because all of us need each other. There are certain things that you can do that I cannot do, and vice versa.
Yes.
So your child, while he is praising himself that, yes, I've done it, but let them realize that they are not the best. But in fact, that they can improve on the achievement that they have made. Then you can also create a reward system. Yeah. It's a good thing as a parent, where you implement a simple reward system for motivation of your child. Yeah. So motivate them. And also, this helps reinforce positive behaviors and achievements. Because they know that, if I keep doing this, my father or my mother will give me a small reward.
Yes.
And it must be a small reward. Don't make it excessive. Children just need to be motivated. Many times we demotivate our children because we don't recognize their efforts.
Yes.
Yeah. We have seen this even in adulthood, in our work environments, in our communities, and so on. When somebody is making an effort to do something, they achieve something, we don't necessarily praise them. I don't know if it's cultural or what, Emmanuel. Somehow. No, it's important to motivate each other.
Yes.
Because then that way, when you're motivated, because, people are appreciating you, you will now strive to do better. Than what you did. And so you are teaching your children at this time that if they do this, they can even do it better. Yes. Then, of course, balance, praise, and constructive feedback. Provide a balance of positive reinforcement and constructive feedback to guide the growth. I've said do not overpraise.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So you have to, somehow balance. And so, as parents, this is how you actually emphasize this positive reinforcement.
Indeed.
The children.
Thank you, Prof, for those nuggets on emphasizing positive reinforcement. And obviously, as we zero down in our conversation, let us look at the other aspect as well of modeling confidence and resilience.
Yeah.
Obviously, in our previous episode, we looked at modeling respect.
Yes.
But now we are looking at modeling confidence,
Confidence and resilience.
So,
Yeah.
how does my parenting style, all right, model, influence, or rather, how does my parenting style influence my child's confidence and resilience?
Yes. The first thing that you as a parent must do, demonstrate self-belief.
Demonstrate self-belief.
Self-belief. Yeah. Show confidence in your abilities and approach. I mean, in your abilities, and then approach challenges with a positive mindset.
Yes.
With a growth mindset. Remember? Not with a fixed mindset. Your child is learning from you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Remember, we said that you are the role model.
Yes.
In the previous episode. We talked about you are the role model. So you yourself show confidence in your abilities. Share personal stories to your children. What are your experiences with overcoming challenges and building resilience? Yeah? We talked about resilience quite in detail.
Yes.
In one of the episodes.
I remember very well.
Exactly. So, share your experiences. The child will learn from you. What you are instilling in them is this confidence and resilience in them.
Yes.
Yeah. React positively to setbacks. Life is full of challenges, setbacks. Yeah. So when there's a setback, don't start crying. Some little thing knocks you down, and then
you're all over.
No. So you have to model a positive attitude towards these setbacks and challenges, showing how to handle them.
Yes.
Constructively.
Yes.
Your child is learning from you. Yeah. Practice self-compassion. Yeah. Demonstrate self-compassion and encourage children to be kind to themselves. Yeah. Children need to be kind to themselves, not so.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Kindness is very virtual.
Yes, it is. And then exhibit perseverance. You must persevere.
Yes.
Okay. In the face of difficulties, demonstrating that effort and persistence lead to improvement. Yeah? Effort and persistence lead to improvement. Many times we give up. Sometimes when I sit and think through all these things and I look at our greater society, my heart bleeds. Really. We easily give up when we are faced with difficulties. And so now we want to find the easy way, easy solutions. No, in life there are no easy solutions.
We must face them head on.
We must face those things head on. Yeah. So you, the parents, again, we are challenging you, Emmanuel.
Yes.
Teach your children that perseverance in life is what will make you lead a better life.
Better life, indeed.
Because there will always be improvement. There's no challenge that is impossible to deal with. Yeah. So don't let your child believe that there are certain things that are impossible.
Impossible, yeah.
There's nothing impossible.
Indeed. there is nothing impossible.
Yeah.
And of course, those are effective strategies of modeling confidence and resilience.
Yeah.
And Prof, now as we close our conversation on our last episode for season 2, and obviously this episode is focused on fostering independence and confidence. Let's talk about creating a supportive environment. What are some of the strategies or key elements of nurturing and drawing up a supportive environment that fosters independence and confidence in children?
Yes. First of all, foster an open communication. Foster open communication. So maintain an open and supportive communication channel where children feel heard and valued. Yeah. Children must feel valued. You know, they are part of you. They are part of the family.
Yes.
They are part of the community. Remember, we've talked about the community,
yes.
in the home. Yes. And so they must feel that they have value.
Yes.
When they contribute something, when they say something, it must be appreciated. Just creating that environment, makes the whole difference.
Yes.
Okay. Then, of course, provide encouragement to the children. Offer consistent encouragement and support for their efforts and initiatives. Okay. Build a safe space. So create an environment where children feel safe to express themselves and take risks.
Yes.
Yeah. So creating that environment is important. And then, of course, encourage independence. This whole thing is about really independence and confidence. This episode. So recognize and celebrate. Support their efforts to do things on their own, providing help only when necessary. Yeah, there are times when children, of course, need help. Remember, you are the parent,
Yes.
you are the adult, and they are still children.
Indeed.
So there are areas where they may need some help. Yes, as much as possible, allow them to do things on their own. But there will always be one or two areas where say, "Oh, Daddy, how can I do this?" And so you can help them.
Indeed.
And then celebrate individuality, where recognize and celebrate each child's unique strengths, their interests as well as personality. Recognize those and celebrate. I think the child will feel valued, and that way, you will have built confidence in them, as well as independence in them. So these are some of the ways through which you can create this supportive environment for the children.
Indeed. We are talking about fostering confidence and independence in helping the children develop strong cognitive skills in their earliest days. Now, Prof, of course, as we close it down, your killer message, your call to action. Parents,
once again, this closes the parenting tips for supporting cognitive development.
Yeah.
But of course, there are other episodes that are coming after this, under different seasons. We'll be talking about a lot of things, and also inviting other experts to come and share with all of you. But for this particular one, fostering independence and confidence is your responsibility.
Yes.
It is your responsibility. Let us have children who, when they grow up, they have all the confidence to move hills and mountains. They have the confidence to do anything.
Yes.
Nothing is impossible. I've mentioned this.
Yeah.
And the policymakers out there. So we are going beyond parents.
Yes.
In any case, even the policymakers are parents.
Yes.
Yeah. Let us come up with policies. Policies that will help parents, that will help educators to build the independence and the confidence in the children during the early years of their development. Because it is upon this basis that this nation will be a great nation.
Indeed.
Without that, we might as well forget and go and sleep.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Prof, for your closing remarks for the grand finale of our season number 2. And of course, you have guided us through the importance of encouraging decision-making, promoting self-help skills, and providing opportunities for responsibility. And of course, in our conversation as well, we've explored the benefits of supporting risk-taking and exploration, emphasizing positive reinforcement, modeling confidence and resilience, and of course, creating a supportive environment. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode number 5, the grand finale of season number 2. Like Prof has mentioned, there are other exciting seasons and episodes that are coming along our way, fully packed with exciting conversations and, of course, engaging other experts in the field of child development. I can't wait to be a part of this upcoming conversation, because I know there is a lot to be unpacked in matters which are related to child development, as we are focusing on investing in this special resource. Until next time, thank you for joining us in season 2 and participating in all our 5 episodes. We look forward to hosting you and having you in season number 3. God bless.